Every time we playtest our game, we always get the same comment. Whoa, this guy's buff. The comment we usually get after that is, whoa, the dog's buff too. So, my producer has asked, why is Silas so ripped and what is the reasoning behind his character design? Alright, so getting into this, I always start my designs by taking a bunch of notes, asking a bunch of questions, so that I can do the most effective research possible. For our character Silas, we had some things that we already knew about him for story reasons, but a lot of what he would look like and the story that his appearance would imply was up to me to decide. Now, you'll see me going through and doing shape explorations and kind of trying to feel out what kind of stylization we wanted to do with him, because this was also in the earlier days of our game where I was figuring out what our art style should look like, how dramatized characters should be, their proportions, what kind of textures and colors we would use. And after doing a few versions, doing a lot of thinking, and a whole lot of research, I finally landed on this anatomy that you're seeing me build out now. I feel like it embodies the big, muscly man while also communicating that he's past his years by having a bit of paunch and gives him a little bit of softness to him as well. More of the fatherly or grandfatherly look, where he's still dangerous for sure, but he is also capable of softness. And then I go into facial hair and facial features, exploring how we can simplify the lines and shapes of the face to, again, communicate that. When you're designing a cast of characters, you need to decide who is going to be the most or the least of any given thing. And in the case of Silas, I decided that I wanted him to be the most physically imposing, the most heroic, and the most dangerous looking. So he needed to be big, he needed to be imposing, he needed to have harsh features, and we already knew that he was going to embody the emotion of rage or anger. So I knew part of his color palette was going to be red, and because of that combo of wanting him to be the embodiment of anger, I figured it just made sense to also have him be the big, like, hulking and muscly guy. We also knew that he needed to be connected to our other characters. So most primarily, that was going to be his daughter, the embodiment of sadness. So I wanted to give him a little bit of softness as well. And some of the earlier designs were feeling very Amish to me. It was a struggle in the beginning. Now, my process for the way I like to do outfits is that I'll maintain the same anatomy, and I will draw an outfit, and then I'll duplicate the layer with the outfit, and either adapt that outfit, add another layer onto it, like a jacket or a shirt, or change the cut of the shirt. And then if I reach a point where I'm like, I don't really know what to do next, then I will just create a new layer, hide the previous outfits, and start a whole new look. In this process, I definitely did a lot of research on what different people would have worn in the Victorian era, different military-looking outfits, but also I didn't want to get locked up in that. So I also explored more modern looks, especially as I reached a limitation. For instance, you may notice that he has ripped blue jeans on. He definitely did not have those in the Victorian era, but it looked the best on him and felt like it communicated his character and story and color palette the best. And a lot of the designs for pants back then really just weren't doing it for me. So we stuck with it in the end, and we just kind of are saying, well, it's an alternate universe. Don't think about it too hard, right? But I liked it. You'll see me do a whole lot of painful exploration of different patterns I could have on his shirt. And a lot of the time definitely got wasted, where I added stripes and had them going over and under each other, and then ultimately just flattened it out to a single two-tone. Give him a coat, play with fur on the coat or different things. I gave him gun holsters. And yeah, at that point, after that character sheet was when we were like, well, what if we did more period appropriate pants? And I tried to go look up a bunch of military pants and did some variations, and all of them were just not good. Afterwards, I was like, well, maybe he's a handyman, he's a blacksmith. So I was like, well, maybe I'll give him like a leather apron. And I did not process at the time that he did not have a shirt on under the apron as I was drawing it. So, you can just enjoy that. And then we're coming up on the final designs. I have one more layout sheet, I believe, that'll be coming up. After that, it's time to finalize the design and do the rendering and color pass. Part of the struggle with that was definitely that I had added all of this arm hair and stuff onto him, and now I went, ooh, well, I want to add scars, actually, because, he's a military guy. He fought in the war. I can't just put the scars on under his hair because I had already painted that on the same layer. So unfortunately, I had to erase the hair, go back and do the scars, do a lot of exploration with that, and some research on how to make the scars look nice when it's in a simplified art style. Once I got that looking good, it was time to add in color. I always start with doing the skin tone and the largest color flats first. After I get those down and looking good, I can go in and add details and the outfits and everything on top of that. In the case of Silas, I decided to use just a soft light or overlay layer. I don't remember which one I went with, actually. I think I went with an overlay. I go in later with the full outfit and get it all connected and looking good. For all the artists out there, by the way, the symmetry tool remains the bane of all of us when you are wanting to do characters with asymmetric elements, where inevitably you forget that you have the symmetry tool on or off for that matter, and erase something or draw something that you definitely did not mean to. So you'll see me do some messing up with that and then going back and cleaning it again before I get back to the colors. For Silas, since his daughter is going to be Sadness, we wanted to have some blue in his outfit to kind of connect them together. And then since he is Anger, we wanted red, some nice scarlet in there. And I do some playing around with different levels of blue and red, just duplicating layers and changing it from red to blue or vice versa. We try different elements together and see how to combine it best. And then contrasting, I really wanted strong shape language reading all throughout the design. So I needed to maintain a lot of contrast between different colors and different shapes so they would continue reading well, even when he's pretty small on screen. There is more to this story. We are making a dark, cozy game with Eldritch influence. Our game, Hue-manity, is releasing a demo in September 2026. Follow us for more. Peanut butter jelly time. Hey, you should go to bed. Just set that as your ringtone every time you get a text message from somebody. Hey, go to bed. I feel like I'm in a weird podcasty, preachy mood now, and I am just realizing that in this moment. Yeah.
I'll do some bedtime drawing of Uncle Ray.
Let's see.
You have water?
Do I have water on me? No, but I can go drink some water if I'm like.
Just go drink some water.